My name is Ayla Mercer, and tonight the marble floor echoes every step I take. Each sound feels too calm for what I carry inside a quiet ache wrapped in composure. Another birthday no one remembers. I hold a small white bakery box, the kind you buy when you've stopped expecting anyone to bring cake. The elevator doors sigh open, and I ride to my floor watching my reflection steadier than my breath. Inside, I set the box down, light one candle, and stare as the flame trembles. I check my phone photos of champagne golden streamers, my brother Nolan's name on every caption. My mother's says proud. My father's says legacy. None mention mine. The wax melts down into a small pool. I blow out the candle and sit in the dim hum of my apartment. The email pings performance bonus approved. Another ping follows Mom asking if I'll handle the decor for Nolan's next celebration. I smile, not bitter, just tired. Then I open a blank document and type 2 words Lake House. The next morning, the city glitters like nothing happened. I walk through the lobby of Lumen and Vale with coffee in hand, armor against the day. The receptionist greets me unaware I spent my birthday alone. Upstairs, my boss Miriam Park catches me mid-step. "Ayla," she says warmly, "the Ridgeline report you led 40% conversion boost." The board's thrilled. Bonus confirmed. Her heels click sharp authority down the hall. At my desk, Tessa peeks over the divider. "You look wiped." "Late night," she teases. "Something like that," I reply. My voice sounds normal, practiced. She grins and leaves me to my thoughts. At noon, my phone buzzes Mercer family thread. Dad Nolan's gala table needs funding. Ayla can handle PR. Mom. She's good at this. Maybe 15,000. I stare at the screen. 15,000. The same people who forgot my birthday know my salary by heart. That night, I stop 2 floors down to see Mrs. Whitaker. She opens her door smelling of cinnamon and comfort. "Sit," she says, handing me tea. "You look like someone carrying invisible weight." I tell her about the texts, about feeling like a placeholder. She listens quietly. Some parents, she says, only see their children through the reflection of their own pride. If you stop shining, they think you've disappeared. The words settle deep. When I get back to my apartment, I open a real estate site. My fingers hover, then type cabins for sale. 2 days later, I drive north with the windows cracked. The skyline fades into mist and the air smells like pine. The map glows with one destination, Marigold Lake. It's a quiet place tucked between forest and water, somewhere no one knows my name. The agent meets me by a cedar cabin. 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, she says briskly. Owners retired to Florida. They're motivated. Inside, the floor creaks, the air still. Light spills through high windows. I step onto the deck and face the lake, a mirror of gray-blue calm. This place feels... I hesitate. Possible. The price dropped to $365, she adds. With your credit, you'll get good financing. I check my balance bonus and savings meant for later. My pulse slows. I'll take it. No inspection, she asks. No family to consult. No. The word feels clean, final. That night, back in my apartment, I sign the offer. The room feels lighter. My phone buzzes Mom, reminding me about Nolan's donation list. I set it face down and scroll through photos of the cabin. Instead, the deck, the stone fireplace, sunlight spilling across the floor. Caption in my mind: birthday gift to myself. I almost post it but stop. Not yet. At midnight, I whisper to the glass, "Happy belated Ayla." My reflection smiles back, tired, yes, but no longer invisible. A week later, the family thread lights up again. Dad: you bought a cabin without telling anyone. Mom people are asking. What should we say, Nolan? Congrats, sis. Impressive. Guess those PR paychecks finally paying off. It reads polite, but hums with judgment. I pour a glass of wine, reread their messages, and realize none of them ever ask why, only how it looks. Then, Mom again. We need you to handle PR for the foundation gala. It'll mean a lot to your father. I type. I can't commit right now. The next day, Dad calls. Ayla, the gala is essential to our image. You've benefited from our name. This is your chance to give back. Give back, I say softly. My clients can't even spell Mercer. He exhales the sound sharp. Don't be dramatic. When the call ends, I stare at the quiet apartment. It's not anger I feel, it's clarity. That night, I open a box of old things, birthday cards, faded photos, report cards signed in haste, each one proof of how invisible I was allowed to be. Tessa drops by with takeout. What's this spring cleaning? More like emotional inventory, I say. She picks up a picture me at 12, holding a melting cake. Frame this, she says softly, so you never forget why you left. When she's gone, I look around at the scattered pieces of proof. I feel something like peace, quiet, unflinching. By Friday, I'm back at Marigold. The lake greets me with stillness. I walk barefoot along the porch, breathe in pine and distance. For the first time, the air doesn't expect anything from me. Saturday morning, I open my laptop. Miriam mentioned the gala needed fresh voices, someone to speak about belonging. I start typing. Not revenge truth. I scroll through the old photos again, me alone at birthdays, my father's speeches about Nolan's success. A pattern forms. I begin writing. Belonging begins where apology ends. The words come easy after that. About families who love by condition, about recognition earned too hard. It's not about me not directly, but it's every version of me that was ignored. Before leaving, I post a photo of the lake gold light touching the water. Caption: a place doesn't have to remember you to feel like home. By Monday, Miriam calls. You're on the gala program 10 minutes before your father's closing remarks. Perfect symmetry. That night, Mom calls. Your father's thrilled you're helping. I'm not helping, I say. I'm speaking. Silence stretches. About what she asks. Belonging, I reply. Don't worry, it'll be tasteful. I can almost hear her swallow her protest. The ballroom glows gold and sharp. I stand backstage, breathing slow, the crowds murmur like a tide. Nolan's speech ends perfect as always. Then my name, Ayla Mercer, Senior Director at Lumen and Vale. Polite applause. I walk up, heels steady. I grew up here. I begin. I know what belonging is supposed to look like, but sometimes it becomes conditional, measured by how well you perform. Behind me, the screen glows with images, a candle, an empty table, a lake. Some people earn affection like interest, I continue. When they stop earning, silence takes its place. But there's another kind of belonging, the one you give yourself. The room holds still. If anyone here feels unseen in a place that calls itself family light, your own candle, don't wait for permission. Applause starts slow, then rises. Backstage, Miriam hugs me. That was art, she whispers. Then my father appears, jaw tight. You humiliated us. I didn't name anyone, I answer. If it hit, maybe it needed to. Mom appears beside him. Please not here, she whispers. Then they'll see what belonging looks like, I say, and walk away. Outside, night air cools my face. My phone buzzes messages from strangers, co-workers, even clients. You made me remember my worth tonight. I look up at the sky, the stars soft above the city glow. For once, the silence feels earned. A month later, summer drapes itself across Marigold Lake. The cabin smells of cedar and coffee. My desk sits by the window, lights spilling across new drafts. Mrs. Whitaker calls on Sundays. Tessa visits on weekends with groceries and laughter. It's the kind of noise that feels like home. One afternoon, Nolan's car pulls into the drive. He steps out holding a small frame. Found this in Dad's storage, he says. Inside me at 7, smiling on a tire swing. Didn't know it existed. I trace the edges. Proof I was there. He nods. I've been seeing someone, a therapist. Turns out I like the light better on my side. It's the closest thing to an apology I'll ever need. Before leaving, he says, Mom's trying. You know? Good, I reply. Slow is fine. The next day, a bakery box waits on my doorstep. Carrot cake cupcake. A note in Mom's handwriting. Happy birthday, Ayla. You always liked this flavor. I light one candle, set it by the lake's reflection, and let it burn. That evening, friends arrive. Miriam, Tessa, Mrs. Whitaker. We toast under string lights, laughter spilling into the water. This year, I say, raising my glass. I stopped waiting to be seen. When you choose yourself, the world learns to notice. Later, I sit alone on the dock. The flame flickers low. Happy birthday, Ayla, I whisper. Across the lake, a heron lifts into the air, its wings catching starlight. I watch it rise until it fades into the horizon, free, certain, and seen.